Thank you. Thank you, photographers. Thank you. I request Shri Amol Palekar to share his thoughts with us on this occasion.
Namaskar. Good evening and Merry Christmas to all of you. Yesterday, Gajendra Ahire, who made 50 films in 15 years, was felicitated here. Wow. More than 3 films a year. Is it just a coincidence that the Zenith Asia Award, the organizers thought of me, who could make only 15 films in about 50 years? Interestingly, they also found someone like Kumar Sahni, the number of whose films are not even in double digits. Talking further about numbers, the festival brochure mentions 3rd December 1950 as my birth date. Don't know where did they get it from. If it is from the social media or Wikipedia, it must be true and I must be wrong. In any case, I thank you for making me younger by 6 years. Before I consented to accept this award, my question was, who's going to give it to me? I felt relieved to know that they had chosen a comrade who didn't believe in the number game either. He was my director. He offered me a role as an industrialist in Tarang along with Smita Patil. That was in 1984. When many of my films were already Silver Jubilee hits, despite my stardom, I chose to act in that film for Sawa Rupaya, since it was a low-budget NFDC film. Today I feel privileged to receive the award from the hands of a doyen who was one of the 3 identified by Satyajit Ray as the future of Indian cinema. Kumar knew exactly what kind of cinema he wanted to make, and he never compromised even on a small detail. On the very first day of our schedule, I remember, he had called off the Magic Hour shooting because he did not like the shade of the suit that was designed for my character by the costume designer Bhanu Athaiya. There were few filmmakers who were away from and out of the rut of making big budget films or tailoring the films commensurate with the market demands or assessing the success of the film from the box office collection. I am proud to be one of those few who did not ever accept a film because of the money offered or its box office equations. The structural flow of the script always meant the world to me. The mainstream commercial cinema never attracted me. Probably that's why I refused more films in my career than those I accepted. Unfortunately, Bollywood is the face of national cinema of India. This perception has destroyed the significance of indigenous cinema in India. I have been a staunch supporter of regional cinema. So, going against the industry norms, I accepted the offers and acted in Bengali, Malayalam, Kannada, and of course Marathi films. I consider myself fortunate to have dabbled in 3 different mediums. Whether it's painting or cinema or theater, I guess I experimented with the space, whether it's 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional, and explored its visual possibilities. Space and visuals are like a circle and a center of that circle, non-existence without each other. When I shifted from painting to theater, the 3-dimensional space through infinite possibilities of composition, layout, lights, moments of live human presence, and sound design. Staying away from the conventional verbose theater, I drew meaning of the words through the movement of forms that emerged from the text. Such trials conferred a surreal setting to my plays. As a film director, the unlimited possibilities thrown at me because of the camera presented yet another challenge of eliminating the unwarranted clutter. I exposed a different visual as well as a thematic palette in each of my films. Even in Hollywood films, female characters have always been secondary and superfluous. But almost all my films are female-centric. I am proud that I never depicted my female characters in submissive, docile, or stupid roles. Looking back, I can see that my career path was never defined and linear. However, I always knew that I could never conform to the mainstream norms. Whenever I retrospect, I feel that Camus' words etch out through my 50 years career. I rebel, therefore I exist. I am inseparable from being an artist. Probably that's my essence of life. I am grateful to the audience, to all of you, for encouraging the artist in me and showering me with your genuine love and respect. I never spoon-fed the audience since I had faith in their intelligence. I have always been sincere with them. With the same sincerity today, I am requesting the audience, all of us, to be wiser and not believe in the world of black or white duality. I am appealing to all of us to accommodate a grey palette, allowing ideological ambiguities, nuanced dissent, and fearless dialogue. Creation of grey-friendly tolerance, where seemingly antithetical ideas will not be instantly thrashed without deeper analysis, is the need of the day, need of our time. Once this third spectrum is resurrected, it will accommodate people who can criticize Padmavat for being incorrect in portraying history while still respecting it as a work of art. It will welcome those who will protest against cancelling T.M. Krishna's concerts, even if they may not like his idea of singing songs about Jesus and Allah. Those who can continue to love and respect Nasir as a great actor, even if they don't share his fear of violence. And also those who won't troll Amir for playing Krishna in his Mahabharat project simply because he is a Khan. As a socially responsible artist, in these times of extreme divisions, I am in search of the diminished grays. Let's not succumb to the unwarranted narrative of urban Naxals. Let's agree to disagree. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words, sir. I now request Sri Kumar Shani to address the audience.
After what Amol has said, there's hardly anything else that needs to be said. I completely endorse, his views on this world. I feel that if we have to protect the future generations against the suffering which is being brought on by the protagonists of violence and depredation, which are actually global, who are actually global at this moment, from Trump in America to Putin in Russia, and we somewhere floating about. It's the same story. It's a horrible, perhaps the world's most horrible times that we are going through. And I think at least those who have come to this occasion, this wonderful occasion where Amol spoke the way he did, should always remember his words. For me personally, of course, there's the delight which one doesn't get very often in life, to meet and to hand over an award to an old friend and a very close friend, even if he did not, close friends do not necessarily meet all the time, have the opportunity to meet all the time. I'm meeting him after many years, but I'm extremely, extremely happy to renew that friendship and contact. And as we were walking down, I also remembered a scene that he had done for, I don't know, either for Rishida or for Basu Chatterjee. He says it was Basu Chatterjee, where he and Amitabh had acted together, been together, and he played the humble, although he was a star already, he played the boy next door, etc. Recently I had met Amitabh, and it was a kind of strange feeling, because I was meeting him after a long time as well. And he sort of evoked those days in the past, at the time that Amol and I made Tarang together, and said it's such a long time, etc. And he also said that he's looking forward to welcoming Kodak back into this fold of manufacturing celluloid again. It has been a great disaster that celluloid, on which we worked a lot, disappeared because Kodak decided, along with a number of people in the industry, that it is not a viable proposition commercially to go on with it, in spite of the fact that its resolution and its aesthetic promise was far greater than any other mode of acquiring images, of imaging at that time. So, and I think Amol will be very happy to know that, like him, there is an artist in Europe. She lives partly in America and partly in Europe. Her name is Tessita Dean. And, like Amol has a fine arts background, she actually curates and paints, and now she's making film on film and showing film on film in the greatest museums of the world. So, there is a kind of integrity to that, which, in a sense, I always recall whenever I think of Amol, and the little conversations that we had while we were shooting and outside shooting, at the addas that we had at Komuttai's place. And because of all that, I think a great amount of thinking was generated in Bombay, and I hope later on through our work in other centers of the world. And those low-budget things that we did at that time found a resonance even in absolutely immortal stars like Lata Mangeshkar, for example. She also agreed, like Amol did, to do a song for that same film, Tarang, without charging me a single pie. So all that I would like to do throughout my life is what I did at that time, to give more and more bouquets to people like Amol and Lataji. And thank you all. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, sir. And thank you everybody in the audience, and thank you everybody on the dais. In just a short while, we'll proceed to the screening of Shri Amol Palekar's English film, And Once Again.